Am I overreacting to my girlfriend's open relationship rules? I'm a 25-year-old guy and very early in my relationship with my girlfriend who's also 25. She told me that she had to be in an open relationship. She said it wasn't negotiable. I'd never been in an open relationship before, but I really liked her, so I agreed to try. We talked it through, and it was very clearly established that either of us could sleep with other people. No secrecy, no emotional relationships, just casual. I said, okay. We've been together for about 11 months now, and over time I genuinely fell in love with her. She's always had several very casual partners on the side, but no other serious relationships. That part didn't really bother me. What did happen, though, is that I never actually slept with anyone else. I was happy just being with her, and I didn't feel the need to. Then about 2 months ago, I got drunk at a party, met a girl, and we slept together. I honestly didn't think I had done anything wrong. This was literally in the agreement. So when it came up with my girlfriend, I didn't hide it or downplay it. I was upfront. She completely lost it. She told me it was disrespectful, that I crossed a line, and that I hurt her. I was honestly shocked. I told her I was fine if she wanted to change the rules going forward, but that's not what she wanted. Instead, ever since that night, she's become extremely paranoid and controlling. Constantly accused me of checking out other women or flirting. She goes through my phone. She wants me to check in with her every hour when I'm out. She even asked to track my location for reassurance. Meanwhile, she's still seeing other people. So at this point, it feels like the relationship is only open on her side. She tells me she loves me and that I should be loyal to her. But whenever I point out that loyalty apparently doesn't apply to her, she gets angry and shuts the conversation down. She says that a lot of women aren't sexually satisfied in relationships, and she refuses to be one of them, and that I'm not going to hold her back. I understand wanting fulfillment, but this doesn't feel fair. It feels like the rules change the second I actually exercise the same freedom she's always had. I love her a lot, but lately I feel more controlled than connected, and I'm seriously thinking about breaking up. Am I overreacting? I've never quite understood how people can be in open relationships like that, or even hear about or know people who have had sort of like two-way relationships where they have like a third, or there's like two couples that like sort of intertwine with each other. Weird relationship dynamics, or just keeping things wide open where the both of you can do whatever you want until the other one goes off the deep end. But these kinds of relationships clearly should come with like a disclaimer. I don't know how these agreements work, where if we put it in writing and both sign it or what, but I could never, ever see myself wanting that much drama in my life. But, as always, there's an update. So let's dive into the update and see how much crazier this whole situationship can get, right? So, update. So I sat my girlfriend down and told her we needed to have a real conversation about the rules, because whatever we had before clearly wasn't what was happening now. I told her I was willing to do one of two things. Either we close the relationship completely on both sides, or we actually follow the open relationship rules equally. She didn't like that at all. She immediately said it wasn't the same, and that what I did hit different because I'm a guy. When I asked her to explain why the same rules should apply differently based on gender, she couldn't give me a straight answer. She just kept saying she felt unsafe now. I pointed out that she's been seeing other people the entire relationship, and I slept with one person once, with no secrecy. I asked her how that justified checking my phone, tracking my location, and accusing me of cheating when, by definition, I didn't. That's when the conversation really started to fall apart. She admitted that she never actually expected me to sleep with anyone else. She said she assumed I'd be like most guys in open relationships and just enjoy having a girlfriend while she explored her needs. Hearing that out loud was honestly crazy. I told her that wasn't what we agreed to, and that if she needed freedom for herself, I needed the same respect in return. She accused me of trying to control her body. I said I wasn't trying to control anything. I was asking for consistency. That's when she said something that completely changed how I see her. She told me that if I loved her, I wouldn't want to be with anyone else, and that my choice to sleep with someone proved I wasn't as committed as she is. I reminded her that she's actively sleeping with multiple people. She said that was different because she's just being honest about who she is and that I suddenly changed. The conversation ended with her saying she needs an open relationship for herself, but she needs a partner who is emotionally exclusive to her. So basically, she wants freedom with no consequences and loyalty without reciprocation. I told her I couldn't agree to that. She cried. She said I was abandoning her and taking away something she needs to feel whole. When I said I was just asking for the same rules to apply to both of us, she said I was being rigid and weaponizing logic. At that point, I realized there was no version of this conversation where I wasn't the bad guy for wanting fairness. I packed my bag and left that night. We haven't officially broken up, but I told her that I'm not coming back unless we're either fully monogamous or genuinely open. Not this one-sided version where I'm monitored and she's free. Right now, I'm starting to understand that this was never really about an open relationship. It was about control. Well, that's absolutely insane. What's kind of funny is I was friends with someone who was in a very similar kind of relationship, but it was the other way around. And so she was with someone exclusively, but it was an open relationship in that he was allowed to basically sleep with whoever he wanted to, but he expected her to be exclusive to him. So basically the same kind of dynamic with, gender reverse. And my first thought about that relationship and this one in this Reddit story is that it's very selfish for someone to want an open relationship for themselves, but then expect their partner to be completely exclusive to them, especially with this facade of them just being who they are and then him changing because he didn't hide in the beginning that he'd never been in an open relationship before, but he said he would try it, right? So for her, that gave her the idea that he would just be exclusive to her, that she didn't have to worry about him going anywhere. So felt comfortable with him, but then she had the freedom to do whatever she wanted. But then for her to go off the deep end and start going through his phone and monitor his location like a jealous girlfriend who had been cheated on but decided to stay with him is next level insanity. And it's the opposite of what they agreed with from the get-go. Just because he said he hadn't been in an open relationship before and he hadn't decided to actually exercise his side of the open relationship for 11 months doesn't mean that anything should change, whether it was 11 months or 2 months down the road when he decided to exercise the openness on his side. What would have happened then? Maybe it was getting to a point where they should have considered actually having a monogamous relationship, but for some reason she still felt the need to be completely open for some weird reason. I don't understand it. And I feel like these are the kinds of situations that you find yourself in when naturally most people enjoy the comfort of an exclusive relationship, but then we all have eyes. We all look around from time to time, right? We all wonder what it might be like to enjoy someone else's company from time to time. But when you're committed to somebody, then that's really all most people would want and enjoy after enough time goes by, right? So eventually, when we really catch strong feelings and we enjoy the safety blanket of having an exclusive partner, then she's obviously getting scared that the open relationship could maybe even drive him away, right? But technically, that could happen on two sides, right? She could find someone else who maybe she wants to have a relationship with and then leave him. It doesn't sound like that's what she's going for, but who knows? People catch feelings. So I don't know. Here's my take at the end of this. 11 months is really early on. She's showing her absolute crazy right now. Imagine what would happen if you decided to marry her or something like that, or you buy a house together, something where both of your names are on it and you're committed legally because of some sort of legal agreement, documentation, house, who knows, right? This whole situation has proven that you just dodged a major bullet and you should run away, because the fact that you're even slightly okay with the fact that she started tracking you and looking through your phone, the fact that you allowed any of that to happen is crazy enough in and of itself. So it sounds like things are already going in that direction where you're just going to leave her if you guys can't come to an agreement. And that absolutely sounds like the right thing to do because the double standard is crazy. If you agree to one thing, regardless of how any of us feel about open relationships versus monogamous relationships, if two people are going to agree to keep things open and then one of them is going to go crazy when the other one decides to exercise their openness, even though the other one was exercising their own the entire time, it is crazy. And who knows what else we could possibly agree to and then decide to change our mind about later on. Writing is on the wall. If she can't hold her end of the deal on something like this, then what else could you have to look forward to later on in life? Run away. And now, we turn it to the listeners. Please share your thoughts in the comments because I have to know. And we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for tuning in.